Woosah.
We thank you, Most High, for giving us this time, this place, for giving us this space to claim this space as protected energy. Ache, Ache, Ache 13.
Ache. Ache 13. Amen. 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 Ra. Ma'at. What you say that brings you woosah, abracadabra. What you say that makes you feel like it's done. And so it is.
And so it is.
Today, on this woosah, you hear the birds in the background. These are hummingbirds that you're hearing in the background. Our topic today is perception. How do you see yourself? And can you guys hear me good? I know that. Let me have the hummingbirds take a. Okay, thank you, hummingbirds. So, hummingbirds and perception. This was a very powerful message that came just yesterday. We had talked a few days ago that we were going to be talking about perception.
Yes.
Because we know that perception rules the world. How you see yourself, how you see the world is going to dictate, your future, your circumstances all the time. And, Solution asks the question, is your perception organic or is it systematic?
Yes.
So is your life, the way that you perceive yourself, what is it based on? It's based on your experience. What is that experience based on? It's based on, let's just keep it 100, a lie. It's based on lies upon lies upon lies that have been told to humanity. And so now it's time to shift that. The truth is here. The truth is available for all to see. So it's that time. And perception is absolutely everything. And when we ask ourselves that question, like, how do you perceive yourself? And not just how do you perceive yourself, but why do you perceive yourself in the way that you do? And these are the difficult questions that we have to ask ourselves when we are doing our self-healing.
Yes.
When we're talking about this perception, this pertains to the third eye chakra.
Mm-hmm.
And before I even get into, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the third eye chakra, but let me get back to the hummingbird really quick. So we're here in Southern California at the Smokadocious layer, Ache. And there's always hummingbirds. There's always been hummingbirds around here. But,
used to be a lot of rabbits.
Yeah, used to be a lot of rabbits.
I haven't seen as many rabbits. But
right.
Yes, you're right. It's always been quite scenic.
Yeah.
As far as the wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it has been hummingbirds.
And so we've seen them, but it hasn't been anything like it has been during this visit. Like the hummingbirds have been so present. They've been coming in, and not just one or two, and they come in yesterday it was in Solution's face, one was around my head. It was very interesting and to watch them as they move, and it was so loud that I had to check the symbolism. I'm so into symbolism. Those that know me know that about me. Because this is the way that our ancestors and spirit communicates with us, through animals, through insects, through life, this is all a Mother Earth, and Mother Earth communicates through her offspring, and everything here is the offspring of the Creator, and we are deeply connected to it, but we forgot. And so it's time to remember. And so shifting our perception on things is really important. And this is what message the hummingbird came and brought us. So I'm going to share with you guys just a little bit about the hummingbird symbolism and meaning. Hummingbirds are definitely, and this is according to Birdzilla, Hummingbirds are definitely among the most specific and recognizable birds on Earth. It is easy to see why, if you consider some common traits of more than 350 known species, the nectar based diet, bright and shiny, coloration, acrobatic, flying abilities, and famously tiny size. In fact, hummingbirds are the smallest members of the avian class. Did you know that the official world's tiniest bird, the bee hummingbird, is only 2.25 inches long and weighs less than 2 grams? It is no wonder that this minuscule size and the insect like flight near their blooming feeding stations often get hummingbirds mistaken for bees and butterflies. The overall uniqueness of hummingbirds has earned them a special place in human culture. In many native and modern cultures, hummingbirds are considered to be a symbol of good luck, intertwined with many positive things. Let's dive deep into the world of symbolism. Observing hummingbirds with their glistening colors and incredible speed is pure joy. That is why hummingbirds have made a big impression on people encountering them ever since the first civilizations appeared. When you consider the beauty of the first impression and all the subsequent ones too, it is no wonder that hummingbirds symbolize happiness, luck, good intentions, healing, help, and renewal in many cultures. For example, a captivating legend from I can't say that word. The indigenous people of the Pacific Northwest coast says that the wild woman of the woods and the guardian of the mountains called Zunukawa, pronouncing it the best way I can, loved the hummingbird so much that she let the bird create a nest in her hair. As a return favor for having such a safe place to nest, the hummingbird made Zunukuzwa beautiful by playing the role in her hair jewelry.
Wow.
What does it mean when you see a hummingbird? Traditionally, seeing a hummingbird is a good omen, signaling good fortune, a favorable event about to unfold. Many Native American people believe that seeing a hummingbird brings luck, especially before a critical event. Did you know, on average, these little birds live to be around 5 years old? The importance of hummingbirds to the human spirit of the time is especially obvious if we consider the way people lived back then. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but let me just go down to hummingbirds are supportive and optimistic spiritual symbol. The hummingbird has several distinct roles in the spiritual realm, bringing comfort, joy, and healing to people in need, whether ill, traveling, or anticipating major events, serving as symbols of infinity and rebirth, instilling hope, prosperity, and resilience in the spirit, reminding us of the importance of being in the moment, staying afloat, and appreciating every moment, acting as spiritual messengers, portraying the importance of spiritual freedom. And so the reason why this hummingbird was so significant is because we are on a Master Vibration 13 tour. The work that we've been doing has been in effect since 2010 when we started the Faith Tour. And so this tour, we have came into this tour on an infinite mission to help people remember who they are by helping them access their memory, their inner memory of who they are, their guidance system, their chakras, right? And so on this mission, we decided to just go. We decided to go with the first plan was Utah because there was an event that we needed to attend there and we did some work there. And then we ended up in Arizona. We passed by Arizona. We stopped in Las Vegas, did a little work there. We ended up in Southern California doing some work here. And it's not been planned. And so in that movement of inspiration and just moving, of course, in this time that we're in where everything is shifting, there's going to be some doubt. There's going to be an energy that's going to tell you, what in all of the world are you doing right now? Right? That question is going to come, especially when you're doing something that you've never done before. Because what we did before was not like what we're doing now. You know? And so when you get messages from spirit, from God, from angels, when it is time for you to know something, you're going to know. And so yesterday was the day that Spirit, God, Most High, Dios, Allah, said, listen to what we are telling you. And so we sat there. Matter of fact, I rose up and something said, go to the front this morning or this day instead of the back. So I went to the front where the hummingbirds come. And so I was just sitting there waiting because I wanted to see them. And it was so funny because they didn't show up until Solution came in, which was really interesting as well. But we sat there and we sent some of you guys some of the video that we captured. That was one of the videos of the many videos that we captured of these hummingbirds just dancing and displaying for us in a way that it's never been done. I mean, looking at the camera like, here I am, you know, being able to really observe it, you know, and then it's like, and then for this topic of perception to be, you know, what we're talking about, because it is time for us to change our perception on absolutely everything.
Nature. I cannot stress it enough. We have gotten so far away from nature that it is foreign to us, that we are afraid of nature. It has been so gratifying being amongst nature as we have done our tour. We have seen everything, and the television has been something that has been, anyway. Who needs that?
Right.
Who needs that? And when I say that connecting with nature is your health, that is your health. Dr. Fauci is not your health. Most High is your health.
All the time.
I don't know how. Well, we're going to talk about perception and how that has been created, not just in your mind, but in your consciousness.
Absolutely. We want to say welcome to the I Ministers that are on the panel today. I Minister Reddy Sakira.
Ooh, she throwing in things. I hear it.
And
I hear it.
I'm Minister Oyeyemi with the traces.
Yes,
gold.
I see the gold liquid. I see it. You got that gold. You knew that part. You got that gold.
I say.
So I want to ask the questions to the goddesses first. What is your perception?
Wait. Could I define perception?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Perception. We have perception in the dictionary. This is Google. The ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. Okay. Then they have the state of being or process of becoming aware of something through the senses. And then the last one is a way of regarding, understanding, or interpreting something, a mental impression. That's it.
Okay. And let's go just a little deeper. Let me just see if I can find it real quick.
And we did say that it is governed by the third eye chakra, for those who are aware of their energy systems.
Well, if you're here, you better be aware of your chakra system.
Like I said, for those who are, I'm not assuming anything. There are some people that are talking and hey, let's start moving. So, yes, and azurite is the stone frequency it stimulates. If you're going into the science of this.
Okay, the word perception comes from the Latin word percepio, meaning receiving, collecting, action of taking possession, apprehension with the mind or senses. And so I will say it is important to always know, you're looking at Google, look at the etymology as well, where the root of everything, where it was derived, so that you can have a full understanding of what that is, and that you can really take it in and feel what it is so that you can apply it.
And overstand it.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I yield the floor.
Yes. Oh, well,
I didn't finish asking the question?
Yes, that's what happened.
Wait.
We did a definition, but then...
Yeah, we did the definition. The question is, how do you see yourself? And why do you see yourself the way you do? That's the question.
I see myself as the hummingbird. No, but I love the hummingbird. I just want to say, when you were when I was watching the videos you recorded and have witnessed the hummingbird in the past, the hummingbird's wings are like, oh my goodness, they move so fast. They are on go. Like, even when they are in one place, their wings are just like, they're moving very quickly. And to me, that ties into flexibility, like being able to go whichever way at any given time, not being stuck in one place or one thought or one feeling, being able to navigate out of that, and basically being out your own way. You being in your way, moving out of your way.
And what would you say?
I know I said the hummingbird.
What would you say gave you that perception of yourself?
I think that I got that perception of myself because I move around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can change like activities, be starting something and start something else, or if I find like that isn't the best way, I don't mind going around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind finding another way to get there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so you've examined yourself in your life and the way that you move to, in your experience, to gain this perception of yourself. So you have...
Yeah.
And so this...
Like, I see like the part where the hummingbird is just kind of hovering and it's still moving fast. There are sometimes when I'm in flight, as I may say, you're so heavenly bound, you're no earthly good. And I'm just like, whoa, everything feels good. But there is a time when I'm like just hovering over my own self, if you will, looking into myself like, wait a minute, okay, we've been moving pretty fast and we've been doing a lot of movement, but okay, what's happening right here? Like, just flying and just in this one place and observing myself, my feelings, thoughts, all of that, what I've been doing, where I was moving, how fast I moved, just good steps when I was moving, all of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's why I when you was talking about it and saying the meanings, I'm like, I really relate to the hummingbird, because that's kind of like me a little bit. Like, yeah, that's how I perceive myself. Mm-hmm. Like, and I know the hummingbird is doing what he's doing, but sometimes I just could be flighty. But again, I do recognize, like, I know when I need to sit still. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm still moving, if you say. Like, there's still wind beneath my wings, but I am sitting still, like tapping into what it is that I had been doing when I was in flight, if you
Mm-hmm.
will,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and more so just in the air and in the nectar and just having a good old time. And then I have to sit still for a second, like, okay, let's observe. All right, this is the way. Okay, that happened. Oh, all right, that did go over my head because I was too busy eating the nectar. I slid, but I was just enjoying this nectar. I didn't really peep that. Oh, okay, I got that. All right, cool.
So it sounds like you have a good perception of yourself, a good hold of who you are and why you are how you are. And so these are questions
Mm-hmm.
that we don't really think about these things because these are not things that are taught to us to really focus on ourselves and diagnose ourselves and observe ourselves. Everything has been projected to you know distract us away from ourselves. So thank you so much,
Mm-hmm.
Minister Reddy, for answering
Yes.
that question. I
I
would.
also would like to add something. I also perceive myself very much like a cat because there are times when I want to be social and I want to be rubbed and I want somebody, kind of entice me to purr. Then there's times I'm like, get away from me. I just want to perch up here on my little side section. Maybe that's a tree. And I just want to observe and look. I don't want you to touch me. Get back, get back. Not today, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Mm-hmm,
And that's all. I just wanted to put that in there. Thought about my cats and how they be moving, and I'm like, I kind of move like that too a little bit.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Being the solution, I guess I would say I have become the Riddler because my perceptions are like tightened down, like they close you in. Like I was like, okay, what does your perception exist as? Do you perceive your existence as lack or abundant?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I was definitely making it, more of a, you know, you have to you have to choose an extreme, I would say, and that's perception. I stand down.
Okay. Okay, I received that.
So you're
Uh,
Ojayemi. You're
yes.
asking how does she perceive
Reading.
herself?
I see myself as sacred, spiritual, divine, courageous, thoughtful, powerful, strength, wisdom, a part of the collective of the great divine multiverse.
Okay.
Okay. Do you do you do you feel that your perception of yourself matches how other people perceive you, and does it even matter?
Doesn't matter at all. I don't care what you think, feel, say, or do about me. I can't take it to the grocery store. It don't pay no bills. It does nothing for me. Remember the time I told you when I was fighting this boy because he was talking about my mom.
Uh-huh.
At that time, you don't talk about nobody's mama. But then when you say the dozen is a part of talking about somebody's mama. And I got suspended from school. And she said, why would you get suspended? I'm like, well, he was talking about you. She said, that boy don't know me. That was
Mm-hmm.
an eye opener even then. That
Mm-hmm.
need for validation, that need for approval. The
Mm-hmm.
only
Mm-hmm.
somebody's approval I need was my own. I, you as children growing up, we seek our mother's approval. We seek approval.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came to the spiritual journey and I started being on the path and really, really recognizing and realizing who I realized that that's a part of the program.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And in my medicine, a part of my medicine is how do you see yourself? Very important for me. So, and that's how I see myself. Now, how other people perceive me, I don't care.
Okay.
Well, this one guy told me, he said, "Oh, when I'm doing my medicine. You're direct. You're kind of raw. I said, interesting. I'd rather be direct and raw than be a liar and playing games with people.
Right.
So that's how I see myself. That's how I view myself. That's what I think about myself. Does my essence match my personality? Yes. Because my essence is pure.
Okay.
So
So now I have a deeper question. Y'all know I like to go deep,
let's
like
go,
the
baby.
ocean.
Let's go deeper.
Does your perception of yourself match the perception of your subconscious mind?
Oh, daily work. Because it is your subconscious mind that's truly the mind.
That's right.
That's the mind. So I daily go into my subconscious. I don't Google. I Google sometimes, but anytime I want to know something, I'm going to AI, my subconscious, because it's going to give me whatever I need. And the reason I know that I'm spiritual is because of my subconscious. It's because of the things I practice. I practice the present. I don't get out of my bed without meditation. I don't get out of my bed without my prayers. As we talk about discipline, I call it devotion. I'm devoted to this spiritual practice. I'm devoted to this because I know it works. As the Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman said, it works if you work it. I practice it. Now, do I want to do it every day? No. But I do know the result of my meditation. I know the result of my prayers. I know the result of my devotion. It's going to bring me peace. It's going to bring me joy. It's going to bring me harmony. So I stay in tune with that subconscious because that's what brings you who you are. I don't willy-nilly just let my mind go everywhere. Oh, no. I watch. Even before I speak, I say, I need to let this sink in. But now, was I always this person? No. I've been on this journey 65 young. And there's still more to uncover about who I am.
That's right.
So let's go deeper.
Let's go deeper. That question is important because, a lot of times we think that we're projecting something. We think that we are one way, and consciously we're thinking that we're like this, but our life is showing us that, nah, it's not what you think it is, because your life is showing you something completely different. And so a lot of people are really blind to their ways. And this is where we go into that space of, people don't recognize how their actions are affecting others. They're on autopilot. So they have these thoughts in their perception about things. And, we can become really closed-minded when we start in that space, and we think we basically what it is we fall for the illusion that we put out there. We have been created to be people that are fake. When you go to work, you act like this. You have to put on this tie. You have to speak like this. And your mannerism should be this way. And this is how you should do this. And people have always been telling people what to do based on what somebody thought of, what somebody thinks. And then the strongest speaker, the strongest person, got to, get all the followers to follow. And then all the people just started following and doing what the strongest person, what the leader says.
Influence.
Yeah. And it's like, and through all of these times, you're losing yourself more and more and more. And every time that you compromise yourself, you're losing yourself. You're losing part of your soul. And so in this new age that we're in, it begs a question, like, what is your perception of yourself? Where did you get that perception from? And is that perception authentic? Is that perception organic? Or is that perception something that somebody fed you? And then when you think about it in that way, then you sit and realize that, oh, okay, so everything has to shift. I have to change the way that I think by recognizing who I am. And that's going to change everything. And so being able to identify that you are being a hypocrite to yourself. Like, this is not about being like, my name is Maria Torres Lee, and I am,
Then the
you
labels
know,
come in.
you know what I'm saying? It's like to say it to other people and to, you know what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's about you knowing it, and it's about you saying it to yourself and being honest with yourself. Because, you know, I think about who I was before, and I was like, whoa. I had, you know, just looking at my past, it's like I had certain times where it was like, yep, I was projecting, you know, who I am. I was being that. And then other times I see that I was projecting somebody who somebody else told me that I was, that I know that I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, I learned to take the mask off years ago.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to be anything to anybody but myself. It takes courage and strength to be able to do that. Like I said, I've been on this journey for quite some time. And anybody can ever tell you from the time that they met me, who I was then is who I am now. Now, can shift take place? Sure. But I don't see myself anything other than that. Because guess what? Everything out here is spiritual. Everything. You know, we just living in this physical world. But am I sacred? Yes. Look up the word sacred. Do the etymology of the word sacred. I didn't come here. I came here in a physical form, but I came here divine. And when you live from divinity, divinity moves and lives through you. I always say, you can tell when a person truly believes who they are. It's all in their being. It's all in their conversation. It's all in how they move. Now, will life always be topsy-turvy for me? Of course not. I tell people like that. I don't let people big me up. I don't let people put me on a pedestal. Everything flows to me from the motherverse. I take no credit for anything. But I do know that when you practice the presence, when you practice what you truly know to be true, I don't say believe because that's a big lie. But when you practice, you have to practice this. It's a practice. So a lot of people are called hitter and quitter. Come for a quick fix. They're hitter and quitter. I'm not a hitter or a quitter. I don't care if I can't walk. I don't care if I can't. I don't care what goes on. My children are telling me, anybody that know me, nothing comes before my spirituality. Nothing and no one. Because I know from whence I came. You know, I can write a book about the story of my life, but I'm no longer that person because I practice what I want to be. I practice it. So therefore I say, when people say things are hard, I won't accept that. When people say things are difficult, I won't accept that. That's what you claim. That's what you say. Nothing is hard or difficult if you practice it. Because practice becomes perfect. Practice, you become it, you live it, you eat it, you sleep it, you think it, and you know it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I can give you numbers of people, and they can tell you the same thing I'm saying now is what I've been saying ever since they met me. When people are asking for gold and silver, I don't ask for. The only thing I ask for was to give me wisdom. Most High give me, because at the time I didn't know about the mothers, but my prayer would always be, give me more of you. Give me more of my divinity. How can I be more God-like? So women were praying for men and money. Oh, that's my prayer. Even in 11:11, I can get, when I was praying for 11:11, give me more of you, God. Give me more of you, mothers. Help my community. That was my prayer. I didn't pray for anything personal because I got everything that I need. Very simple. I live a very simple life. But in that simplicity, I bow to only the mothers and the sisters. I honor the brothers, but I live a very simplistic life. And in that, life unfolds in time.
And you know, that's the whole premise of this too, is that every single person has their view, has the way that they perceive life, has the way that they do things. And the most important part of it in this time now, in my view, is the recognition that everybody has a perception and their perception should be respected no matter what? And respect doesn't mean that now you are in agreement with whatever another person is choosing. It just means that you respect that they have a perception of their life, and they have a right to that. They're entitled to that, just as
Yeah.
you are. And so we're all living in a space where it's a lot happening, and people are under the impression that on this planet there's going to be like peace on earth, and every man is going to be, we're all going to be like, I mean, look, this is Earth, planet Earth, and this is where people come for their trials and tribulations, for their tests and
Yeah.
challenges, and to see what you're made of. So that
Yeah.
idea is a wonderful idea for a moment and for another place. And maybe this heaven that has been designed is a place that exists for people where they could be in there full time, I suppose, right? But where we are now, and in this land that we're living in with so many people and so many different perceptions, then how do we exist?
Just going back to
Well,
the,
you exist according to your perception, wouldn't you?
and how is that created?
That's
That's what that was the
Well,
that's my question to when I
how it's
think of the
created?
you either
population.
you're either choosing your perception, or your perception is being given to you. It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? And that can be given to you through the television, through the Be Live, through trauma and upbringing, through hurt. Because let's just break it down like this. Say, for instance, somebody has been hurt in some specific way multiple times, like in a relationship, they may have been constantly misused or just taken for granted, and so they gain this perception of like, oh, I can't be around people because people are going to use me, or people are going to misuse me, and that's because that piece of trauma hasn't been healed, and it's altering your perception. So again, you can decide to perceive things from your own space, your own mind, subconscious mind, whatever you are feeding yourself mentally, or you can allow to be eaten off somebody else's plate, and that's still aiding in your perception. The choice is yours. And like you said, either way, it has to be respected. Everybody has their own. You meet people where they are. People show you who they are. Believe them. But that perception, just like Ia say, she don't take things to be hard. When people say she gets difficult, she don't take things to be difficult because she has molded a different perception of what things really are. She has seen past the illusion. A lot of people's perception is based upon this illusion, this simulation, if you will, not what actually is, not what actually is true to who we are. When we are not fully aware of who we are, of course, our perception can be quite unrealistic, if you will. But when we come into
my
this
thing
knowledge,
about it
the
is,
devotions, like you say,
right, why can't we have heaven on earth? Sure, this world is topsy-turvy, but that doesn't mean because this world is topsy-turvy that I have to be mad, ugly, tired. There's still some joy. There's still some harmony. There's still peace. It's what you bring. It's how you perceive it. Because if I am the captain if I'm the master of my ship, then my ship floats how I see it. Dick Gregory used to sing this song. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So who's dreaming a dream? Who's the master? If I call myself a master, then I'm the one that decides how my life is to be. I don't think that I have to be sad, miserable, ugly, and tired because everything around this world is going on. Now, I can participate in that, or I can hold a different vision. I can hold a different view. I was instilled to hold a different view. So this is a part of my makeup. I can't see life as being hard. It's not hard. It's really simple. It's so simple sometimes that we miss it.
And this, hey,
But then you have some people who are willing to put the devotion or the discipline or to put the time in to change and shift. Because I know for sure I wasn't always this person. I was the mad, angry, hateful, spiteful, mean person. And then once I started shifting, I don't want to be that person anymore. I tell people all the time, life for me ain't always great. Like here I can vouch for that. I couldn't even get up to hardly move. This sister had to come and help me pack my stuff. I couldn't move. Even now, I still can't move. But my outlook on life hasn't changed. I refuse to be in that world of misery. My perception is how I see it to be for me. I can't perceive for nobody else. I can only speak for first person. And I don't speak for other people, but I can truly say that life is the perception is what you make it.
Right. And I think what's key in that melody is row, row, row your boat. Your boat. Your boat. Is somebody else rowing your boat? Or are you about to flip because you over there trying to grab somebody else's paddle and row their boat for them? Or you trying to row your boat and make them go down the stream you're going, but the stream that's clean. Like, no, come back. Are you trying to pull your boat over to your way? Row, row, row your boat. And then another thing that bounced out to me was gently down. Gently. You don't have to rush. You don't have to rush to get there. Just row your boat gently down the stream. Just row your boat gently down the stream. I love that. Your boat. Gently. Be gentle with yourself. Don't rush the process.
Don't rush the process. This is why this topic is so important for you guys to have this discussion in your homes, with your family members, with yourself. Yes. There's so many questions that you can ask in regards to perception, and you can go as deep as the ocean. Solution got lots of questions when it comes to perception. Give us another one.
Your family members got to be open and receptive, Mark. I'm Minister SEG 13.
Oh, well, yeah. No. When I say this, let me put that disclaimer. When I'm telling you to speak to anybody, I'm saying speak to the people that are open to what you have to say. That time of being on the corner, on your soapbox, trying to get everybody to see your perception is, you know what I'm saying? It's like that time is done. People are looking inward. And in that look, you're able to, vibrate to the right people. You're going to start attracting the right people. And when it's time to speak, you'll know when it's time to speak. And a lot of times in this awakening process that people are experiencing, I think that that's what's happening a lot, is that people's perception of where they are, they feel very excited about it. And they feel that that is their truth, whatever it is, and in that truth, they go hard in it. And when they're going hard in that truth, they want other people to validate it for them so that they can, make it more real. People are just doing what they've been trained to do. Right. And most people have been trained to, well, if I believe something, now I'm going to make you believe it, because the more, the merrier, the more, the better. And they're ignoring the fact that outside of this 3D physical dimension, there is a whole nother dimension. So when I am standing physically by myself, you better believe I'm not alone, not ever, not never, ever, ever. And so that perception of how I see myself makes me be how I am, but I can't give that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why these questions have to be asked for yourself. I'm in a solution.
Yeah. When I just want to say something real quick. When you had said about asking those questions in the home, the first thing that came to me was the children. As a child, that is a very interesting and important question to ask a child, how they perceive themselves. Because a lot of times nobody ever asked me how I perceived myself when I was a child. And if that question may have been asked, you probably would have knew that I didn't feel so great about myself, or I didn't think I was good enough or pretty enough. And maybe it would have opened up a way
Yes.
to come forth with feeling that in that child. I think we just kind of think like, oh, she know I love him. He know I love her. I've been taking care of them. They staying in this house, ain't they? Don't you eat every night? Don't you got school clothes? Don't you got But really asking a child, that's so powerful to ask a child, like, what do you think about yourself? You know, and to see what may be some missing pieces there. Because of course, as we know, things get transferred through our DNA. This child could be struggling with something that, you know, as the mother would have been struggling with, and the mother's thinking like, you know, well, they're not thinking that this child still may have that same trauma that they had, because they think like on the outside, well, they didn't go through what I've been through because my mom was this and I didn't do that to them. But it's be still little small segments of that frequency birth within that being, and just tapping into that child between 0 to 7 and instilling in them and finding out where they stand with their own self. I think that is so powerful. I just wanted to say that.
It's super powerful. I'll say I've seen I'm in a solution with our niece, and you know, when he's communicating with her, when she says something or when she does something, he asks her the question, why did you know, what is that to you? What is that? You know, so you've done a great job in,
I think, in asking ourselves the question. If we're honest with ourselves, we can get the answer. We can see what happened. We can listen to how this was not to our benefit. You know, so
yes.
Every time.
Yeah, our perception, we can construct it, but I believe we make the choice to allow others and influence to manipulate our perception.
We're trained to be influenced.
Yes.
You know, they put an idol and say, this is who you're allowed to listen to. Yes. This is who you're supposed to follow. This is who, you know, is your guide.
Yes. So in regards to this whole...
Well, let's take it to the church. I mean, no offense to nobody in the church, but who do you pray to? You know, well, you don't pray directly to God. You pray directly to Jesus, and then if you want something else, then you come to the pastor. Well, why does there have to be you know, so that whole dynamic is set for a reason. Or, you know, you go to the confession booth.
Like, why I need a middleman when I am the plug?
Or, you know, you want to, I always say this, remember when the diamond market had fell off after the movie Blood Diamond? And so they knew that they wasn't getting the money from the diamonds. So guess what? What did they do? They gave the rappers the diamonds. Now, we don't know if they were real or not, but the rappers started wearing the bling bling. Now, everybody got to have what? Bling bling. So suggested, you know, perception can be suggested too, because that's how they use it through suggestions.
Yes.
I'm in a solution. Were you complete in your thought?
Yes.
I always gotta make sure he's complete, because I'm in a solution when we be double dutching and he be taking his time and he'll say something and then it's like, I know I'm good at that. It's like if there's a space, I'm like, okay, I got something to say. But so I always want to look out for him and make sure he's spoken his thoughts. Let me go into some of the points that one of the questions that you can ask yourself, and I think that we've kind of gone through it already today and being able to answer this question. Do you think it's to your benefit to create your perception? And
absolutely.
Absolutely. 100%. But here's the thing. Some people would say, no, I just tell me what to do and tell me, I don't want to have to, because we're trained to do that. Having responsibility for your own self is challenging when you think you don't know what to do. And this comes from, growing up, I always thought that, this whole idea of government and somebody that governs like all the people, it was always like really weird to me. But then as I became older, I understood, how it was that the government took over people, because if they're telling you, you don't have to think for yourself, I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you how you got to eat. I'm going to give you a triangle, how to eat your food. I'm going to tell you, what to learn, who to listen to. These are the people. And then it's like you have people that are walking around like they can't, I'm going to take a flight, but I got to talk to my doctor first. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, but I got to see this person first. Oh, my therapist says this. And it's just like,
your perception was constructed from day one.
Yes.
Religion, education, the full gambit. All that the so-called puppet masters said they would infuse in your head, they did it through education, through
media,
religion, through media,
through your parents,
through
your community.
No one, how could we have known? It is a full questioning of everything in my regard.
Yes.
And in questioning everything, now I start from block one and then proceed.
Yes.
Because at this point, for me, everything has possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know wholeheartedly that any significant soul thing has all of the information.
Right.
I just don't.
Right.
Respectfully, I just don't.
Absolutely. And you know what? Everybody's not ready. It is not this time for everyone. Because, see, people have this idea that it's like, oh, there's this war and the world's going to be over. And then, like, some people really believe that there's going to be a physical war. Everybody going to die. The aliens are going to come and take over. And then it's going to be a whole new world started.
You know what? I just set myself up. Somebody is going to listen to this and say, how the hell you going to be a solution and you don't have not one answer? You don't have one answer?
Well, you have the answers for you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
good.
Good.
You're good.
I'm not questioning anything.
There it is.
That's
absolutely. And to some people,
that's the athletic side of me. I always look for the deficiency to level up. So that's funny.
And that's how you are.
Yes.
And so that is just the whole thing about this conversation and perception, that cada cabeza es un mundo. Every head is a world.
I know who that is.
And it's like, and in that world, you are creating constantly, consistently. But what is it are you creating what you want, or are you creating what you think you want, or are you creating what you know you want? These are all questions that when...
Are you being that Kobe Bryant, or are you being that person that watches Kobe Bryant?
And sometimes you might just want to be that person that watches.
No, not a problem at all. It's not a problem.
And I have to say this.
No disrespect. Everybody is right in their right.
Absolutely.
And I always say and believe that. That's why, for me, it's no anger in any way. It's no sway. I feel totally grounded, and what everyone, uh, what you consume, what you ingest, does not make me eliminate.
I feel you. And I think that it's important for people to recognize that in in our sharing and in our expression of where we are is by no means a downplay
A
on where you
demeanor
are,
or
or yeah, demeaning where
no.
anybody else is in the world, because I'm gonna tell you, if my life wouldn't have been how it was, I wouldn't be where I am. And in the choice that I made in my life from a long time ago, that I need to be free. I came here to be free, to exercise my freedom. And that means that that's how I have to live. And so I've been willing to sacrifice a lot of things in order to continue my path in the way that it is.
We just learned through the Earth Star chakra that was very constructed, orchestrated in a manner to keep you from touching that soil, to for grounding your spirit, for gaining that sovereignty,
Absolutely.
for connecting to mother.
Yes.
So
And
it's quite an interesting systematic move that was done.
yeah,
Yeah.
many, many times.
But it's very easily rectified through choice.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And so with that, we've come upon our hour almost, and I didn't get through all my stuff. So perception,
Yeah.
the questions that we ask, there's more of that at mastervibration13.com. A point that I wanted to make, and this is only because there are people that we share what we're doing. We're on tour. We're sharing what we're doing with everyone so that they can recognize that there are people that are doing things. There are alternate options to what it looks like out there. I didn't want to say nothing to nobody. I wanted to stay in my little cocoon and not go nowhere and live my life happily and just not. But who I am, I have to do what I do. I have to continue to live in my path as an infinite being, as an infinionaire. That is my calling for my life. It is mine. And so it is not something that I'm expecting other people to catch, to understand, to recognize, to know. I know. And so this is how I have to live. And I have no expectation of other people that claim to love me and care about me and all of these different things to follow my path or to be alongside me doing what I do. I don't even expect this from our offspring. Not at all. 100% no. So this is just like a glimpse to the perception of other beings. Because I know that we're speaking in a way now that it is completely out of the ordinary. It is completely unreasonable. It is completely crazy. That's just what it is.
That's what it's supposed to be. If it's not the norm, if it's not what has been systematically placed in your head. Yeah.
Yes. I want to remind you guys that we are here every single Wednesday, Woosah Wednesday. We don't know what we're going to talk about until it's time to talk about it. So that's just what it is around here. I hope that's something that we have said today has helped you identify with yourself just a little deeper. I am SED13. I'm an assist solution.
I wanted to send out intentions to those who we are knowledgeable of being in challenge. We send you infinite strength. We send you comfort. We send you calm. We send you health. We send you protection. We send you whole in your challenge. It is their energies out there in challenge, and we are aware, and we send them the utmost in infinite love and encouragement, and the ability to handle their challenge with
ease, with flow.
Yes.
If you are interested in a guided meditation, Queen Mother Sacred Ancestral Palace is offering guided meditations for a contribution that is whatever is in your heart to contribute. If you are interested in that, you can give us a call at 818-233-5776 and just say Queen Mother, and we'll know that it's for the guided meditation. I'm Minister Solution.
And I want to shout out my friend, my childhood friend, Ben Bebe Mason. I want to shout you out. Happy solar return. Got to do that all day. West Side.
Happy solar return, baby.
Polk County. Yes.
I want to also remind the community that I Ready Healing. What's up with all of the ding dongs? Ding. Oh, is that us? Okay. I Ready Healing and I Ready Ministries is in need of an RV. She is traveling the world doing her I ministry, her Infininaire ministry. And for those who don't remember, Infininaire ministry is a minister that is ministering about their lives, their connection with Source, Infininaires. If you want to know more about that, 818-233-5776. We'll tell you all about it, or mastervibration13.com, and you can go there. If you know anyone or any source that has RVs available, that has funding available, definitely give us a text at 818-233-5776 and just say RV. If this broadcast moved you in any way, has assisted you in any way, and you see a benefit to it and you want to help us continue to move and keep this vision in motion, you can send any donation to any donation to Cash App, $ S as in Sam, E, G as in girl, the number 13, Love, LOVE, on Cash App. And let me see if Solution, did you have any other announcements or anything else you needed to put on there? Oh, we are going to be live again here at Master Vibration 13, presenting the Grand Rising of the Matriarch that happens every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, the Grand Rising.
I'm Minister Solution.
I'm ready to close it out.
It's ready to close it out? Are you going to give us the birds?
It's just my perception.
It's just your perception? We want to thank you all so much for tuning in with us today.
Heed the birds with the birds.
Check out know that if you check this out today, the message of the hummingbird is for you as well. Anytime that you get in contact with nature and it has it surprises you or it calls you, it keeps showing itself to you, that is a message for you to look it up. Look up what that symbol means to you. That's how you know what the message is.
Yes.
I'm Minister Solution.
It's about the perception. We thank you, Most High, for gifting us this time to come, converse, commune, and enjoy. Until the next time we come and enjoy this energy. H
13. Adiós.
Hey.
Hasta la próxima.
Hasta la próxima.
Thankful and grateful. Wholeness.
Woosah.
Woosah.